Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly, presented by Whiskerware Apparel, along with Doc Lang. I'm Lyle Stokes. Tonight, brought to you by Diet Mountain Dew, the choice of catfish champions across the world and diabetics everywhere. So tonight, I thought Luke would enjoy that. I hope that he does, and we'll see how that works out. What do you got going, Doc?
Sparkling ice on my end.
Well, Dieter and his Diet Sundrop, and Luke and his Lipton Pure Leaf, and now we got Diet Dew and sparkling water. We're set and ready to rock.
Yes, we are.
Oh, man, we got a bunch of stuff to go over tonight, Doc. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got Harley Neal on with us, and we're really going to have a good time with a bunch of that stuff. Then we got a bunch of current events. We got tournament results. We got Doc's tip of the week. And what do we do, Doc?
Well, I'll tell you what. Since we're changing everything, and one of the things is you just never know what's going to happen on Catfish Weekly.
That's a fact.
But we're going to start out the show, and we're going to spin it to win it on the RigRap wheel.
All right. Give me just a second to get her set up here, and we'll make it happen.
Caught you off guard, didn't I?
You did. Now, Janet posted a picture of her hat that she won. Bill Dance signed for her, and it was awesome. That was a great deal. He made a little special deal for her on that, and that was just a great deal from Bill. And I know that Janet loved that hat. Bill has signed several of those hats for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a pretty cool deal, giving away that hat. And we really appreciate everything that Bill Dance does for our sport. It's just awesome. Yeah, I wasn't quite ready for that tonight, Doc.
Yes, you just never know.
I thought I was prepared.
Here on Catfish Weekly, expect the unexpected.
That's exactly right, and that's what we're going to do. Now, since we have Harley Neal on the show with us tonight, welcome, Harley. How you doing?
Hey, Doc. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm brought to you by Ice Mountain.
Harley, if you'll pick us out a low number, we're going to spin the wheel and see who gets to do the deal.
Number 3.
Number 3 it is.
Yeah,
1,
boy.
2. Man, this is a lot faster, Doc. And the winner is Heather Reinhardt Abney. Heather, we're going to spin the wheel just for you.
You're welcome, Heather.
How's the image there, Doc?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's blurry right now because it's spinning so fast.
Yeah, but it's blurry me looking at it, man.
But I can at least see it now.
Heather, you have won a package of Mad Catter hooks from Hooker's Terminal Tackle. If you will message them on Facebook, they will make sure that you get those hooks. And we thank you. I know that you and Sean watch the show every week. You get in on the prize wheel every week. And thank you guys so much for being a part of what we do. We appreciate it more than you know. It's really great to have repeat people watching what we do. Doc, you and Harley kind of got a little bit of thing going on. You've known each other for quite some time, and it's really neat to have Harley on the show tonight. He does a lot of good stuff for catfishing, and how would you like to start off asking him some questions?
We can do that.
All right.
Actually, this hat. Tell me about this hat, Harley. I like the hat, but tell our viewers what's it all about with this hat.
Well, that hat right there, Team Fish is the name of my fishing club or whatever. You know, everybody's got to have their own little name and logo and whatnot. So I went ahead and made up a bunch of hats, and I basically just give those out to the guys that go fishing with me. And come a couple weeks before 4th of July, I decided, heck, I'll give one away, and I put it up on my YouTube channel and just asked people to comment on there. And I did like you guys do, pick a number, and we'll pick a winner out of the list there and everything. And son of a gun, if Doc didn't win it. So
Yes,
Doc's
I
wearing
do
that
that.
tonight, and he's sporting it. He's sporting it tonight. So that's just some of the branding that I'm going to talk about here in a little bit is once we get going.
So go right ahead. Tell us
Okay.
about the YouTube, how you do it, what you do.
Okay, well, first off, I appreciate you guys having me on because I'm not on here for my catfishing skills. That's for darn sure. That may be another appearance down the line once I start catching a few fish. But I started off making YouTube videos here a couple of years ago, just piddling around and whatnot, and I kind of decided to take it a little bit more seriously. Right now, I've got about 45 videos up on my YouTube channel, and over like 30,000 combined views. I don't have, I mean, there's guys out there that get 30, 50, 100,000 views on single videos, but you know, I'm counting my combined ones right now. And at this point in time, I've got around 270 subscribers. Now I had about 70 back at Catfish. Actually, I had 72 during the week of Catfish Weekly, or Catfish Week, Catfish Conference. So many catfish terms flying around here. But I had 72 subscribers at that time, and I've been, you know, talking to people, sharing with people, putting up more videos, and it's kind of like a pyramid thing. Once you start off, you'll have one subscriber, and then they may tell their friend, and then 1, 2 turns into 4, 8, 16. So I'm on my way right now. I got 268. So by the way, before we go any further tonight, go to YouTube. Harley Neal is my channel name. It's not anything cool like Team Fish. It's just Harley Neal. If you get on there, subscribe, like the videos or something, leave comments. I love that. That's the hardest thing I find is to get people to leave comments. But of course, I don't have a whole lot of subscribers right now, so we're working on that. But once again, I do appreciate you guys having me on. Kind of last minute here, somebody bombed out on you, I guess, and you guys let me slip in, and I really do appreciate that. That's
not the case at all. But now I will say this, Harley. People that watch your videos do need to like and subscribe to them, because there are special perks that come with some of that. And I didn't realize it, and we didn't push for that for a long time, but it does help the guys making the videos and stuff with what YouTube will allow them to do. So when you guys go to watch Harley's videos, go ahead and like and subscribe to his channel. It'll help him a great deal. And besides that, you get notified whenever he puts up a new one.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to be in here for my catfishing, but it looks like I am going to be doing videos, and I've done videos. Chris Souders, who was the Cabela's King Cat Angler of the Year last year, happens to be almost a neighbor of mine. I fish with Chris, and he's a real good guy, and he's doing his best to teach my old butt how to catfish. But I've hung out and I've worked with Chris a lot. I've done some of his videos, and I don't know if you've seen the Slunger. Not the Slunger Cat, that's the name of his channel, but the Survivor pickup tube. I don't know if you've seen the video that he did on that. Actually, I directed, and that was my first video shoot with 2 different cameras. So we did that, and I think it came out really nice. And I guess they presented that to his boat manufacturer, Sea Arc. And anyhow, we did that one. I'm really proud. It came out really good. Also, I've done some voiceover work for Steve Douglas, the catfish dude. A lot of you folks know who Steve is and have probably watched his videos. And I do want to give kudos to Steve, because he kind of got me started in the business, because I saw his videos, and son of a gun if he wasn't up here fishing in my backyard. And I was fortunate enough to meet Steve a couple of years ago at the Cabela's tournament. I took my grandson and I, and a lot of you guys out there, probably the same way. You and your grandson or you and your kids get together and watch videos of people fishing. You want to learn about it. If you want to catch, more and bigger fish. Well, we run into Steve down there, and I talked to him, and long story short, I ended up doing voiceover work for Steve on some of his videos. And actually, the last thing I've done with him, his Captain Mad Jack tournament here a couple, 3 weeks ago, he had a radio commercial, and I did Captain Mad Jack's voice on that one too, and some other stuff as well. But did that with Steve. Eddie Brochin. I don't know if you guys know Eddie Brochin, but he was down to Catfish Conference as well. Eddie does some spectacular stuff about falconry and things like that. I've done a couple promo spots for him, and these are all, if you'll go to my YouTube page, I've got a couple playlists right there. One set of playlists is just my catfish videos, me not catching catfish, and then the other one's some of the voiceover work and stuff like that I've done. So enough about me, but what I really wanted to talk about today was some of you guys out there watching and listening may want to get into doing your own YouTube videos, and it can be intimidating for some people, but if you have just a little bit of help and a leg up, you can get going. Like, for instance, one of my fishing buddies, of course, everybody I talk about is one of my fishing buddies, I guess, but he had a little old camera, and he said, I'm going to send the darn thing back. It doesn't work. Well, I said, plug it in and call me when you get on the phone, because I've had a career in IT for the past 18 years, so I know a little bit about computers and stuff. But he called and plugged it in, and I said, do this, go to my computer and look at your drives there and everything. And he said, okay. And he said, well, there's one that I didn't know about. And I said, click on that and open it up. And actually, he'd been recording, but he wasn't able to look at what he'd been recording. So I helped him through with that. And stuff like that, so easy with Google out there. I mean, Google is the brain of the world. If you need to know an answer, you can go out and Google it. I mean, you've heard that a million times. That works. Yeah. And that's how I've learned to do a lot of the things that I did. If I wonder how to compile videos, put them together and this and that, Google it and come up with a program and get going that way. But if you want to do it, it's really super easy. It can seem intimidating. So I'm going to walk you through real quick to get started. Number one, create you an account on YouTube. Sign in, where you'll sign in, you'll be posting as your name or whatever. And I do want to warn you, if you want to have your videos out there, and if you want to have your cool name, let's say Super Bob's Catfishing, you make your channel name that, because it's hard to go back and get it changed over, because mine is still named Harley Neal. It's not Team Fish. So keep that in mind when you get ready to do that. So number one, I guess the first thing you're going to have to do is have that account. Then you're going to have something to put on it. And here's where we're going to talk just for a minute about GoPro cameras and cameras. Now, I recommend GoPro cameras. So many guys in the industry use these. They're pretty much the super duper handy, let's do it all camera. A GoPro camera is only this big. That is tiny. You'll see them. How many you guys watch Wicked Tuna?
Yeah.
Yep. You'll see the little boxes, and this is the waterproof case that it goes in. You'll see those stuck up all over the boat. These guys are shooting with GoPro cameras. These are consumer cameras that are $300, $400, but they shoot incredible video. The only thing that I can find wrong with the YouTube camera, the GoPro camera, there's two things. Number one, it doesn't have a zoom. If you want to zoom, you have to get in physically closer. And number two, they don't shoot worth a darn in dark. Next time you watch Wicked Tuna, whenever they shoot at dark, you'll see it gets real muddled and speckly and everything. It's really terrible. And that's just one of the drawbacks from these. But these guys are super handy, and they're super tiny, and you can put them in places and take some really good footage. So number one, when you get your camera, you're going to get your camera, and it's going to have the waterproof case with it. That's pretty much standard. The first thing you're going to have to do is get you an accessory kit. They make these on Amazon that you can pick up. You can buy the GoPro named stuff if you want to pay a lot. You can buy cheaper Chinese knockoff stuff and get a box. I've got a box here. All that stuff and more. I don't know if you can see that, but all that stuff and a lot more for like 25 bucks. And what that'll get you, this is a frame. Your little camera goes right in that. And it enables you to mount the camera on a zillion different things. So now you can't hardly see it, but there's a little frame right there, and it just plugs in. And with the screw, now your camera is mounted on this clip. You can put that wherever you want to. Also, I would recommend that you get you a pole. You can get you a selfie stick, and the only reason I have a selfie stick is not for taking selfies. It's for using my GoPro camera. I could stick my camera right in here and get out there and video from miles away with a little, $4 or $5 selfie stick. See, I'm back here now. My camera's way out there. I don't like these for action stuff because it is just a spring-loaded deal, and your camera can pop out of there. But I use something like this a lot of the times for handheld shots. They make tons and tons of stuff. I'm not going to go into everything that they make for these, but they do make straps that'll fit right here on your chest. They've also got other ones head, and every one of these have the little mounting hardware right here that once you've got your camera in the frame, you stick it up there and you got a daggone camera right there on your head. Simple, easy to do. Now you've gone out, you've got all your film together, and you wonder, what do I do now? The next step to do is to take all of your footage and put it together in something that somebody'd want to watch. I mean, if you want to film your kids and stuff like that, and let grandma and grandpa look at it later, YouTube is a great repository. You can get all that stuff and upload them to YouTube, and then whenever grandma and grandpa gets a chance, they can watch it. It doesn't have to be fancy schmancy. But if you're going to have YouTube videos and you're going to have people watching, you want video that doesn't suck. People's attention spans anymore. What's going? What I missed there? People's attention spans are really super short now, and you need to make little short shots. You need to make it interesting. Be yourself on your videos, because I don't try to teach people how to catfish when I do my videos. I just go out and have fun, and it's just me and you guys. I know there's a lot of people that do YouTube videos, and a lot of these guys are fun to watch, and that's why they got a lot of subscribers, and they're having good success. So if you want to do it, you can do it one of two ways. One, you can plan out your video. You can say, okay, I'm going to film myself leaving the house, going to getting bait, getting in the boat, doing this, catching fish, and then saying goodbye. Or number two, you can do like me. You can grab your camera and go, let's go, and hope it comes out. So that's pretty much the way I do it. And I get together and edit the stuff down. There's a lot of free editing programs. If you want to do fancy stuff and really good stuff, Sony makes a program called Vegas Pro. It's a little bit pricey. You're getting up in the $500 range for a piece of software to put your videos together. But man, once you get your hands on that, it's a spectacular piece of software. Then let's see. After you get done doing that, you just put all your shots together. I'm not going to try to tell you how to do that. Here's another thing to Google. And by the way, if you're watching tonight's program, if you want to email me, send an email to Uncle Harley at uncleharley.com, and I'll send you my show notes from tonight, because I've got links to the cameras and all the stuff I've talked about. There's links in there. You won't have to look it all up, and it'll give you a pretty good leg up in getting started. Finally, compile your videos, which is a fancy word for saying putting it together. If you make a pasta dish or something, you compile all the ingredients. Well, you compile your video as well, and you upload that to YouTube. Now, after you do that, that's the hard part. You can tell your friends and whoever you run into, hey, I've got videos out there, and people may watch them. They may not watch them. So there's a couple different ways that you can spread the word about your videos. You can tell your friends, you can tell strangers. I mean, if I'm at the dam fishing, which I do a lot if I'm getting bait stuff, I'll mention, hey, I do YouTube videos, and here's my name, look me up. And some people actually have done that. You can also do cool things like get on Catfish Weekly, and they will give you a pulpit to maybe get some folks lined up watching your videos. You have to keep producing videos, because stagnant channels die. If you don't bring out new videos regularly, people aren't going to watch your stuff. You need to devote a lot of time to planning, making, uploading, and promoting your videos, and then put them out there and do these things. And then hopefully, you'll start getting some subscriptions and views on your videos. So it's not that great big of an intimidating thing. And once again, Uncle Harley at uncleharley.com is my email address. Email me, and I'll send you a copy of these notes, and be happy to let you take a look at them if you want to do this sort of things. Before I get out of here talking about videos and whatnot, before we get back to letting these other guys who have quietly sat there and been nice hosts and let me yak for a while, I'm going to give you a GoPro tip of the week. And this happened to me the other day, actually. I got a little moisture on my GoPro, and I thought that was the problem. And it turns out my camera would start recording and record 2 to 8 or 9 seconds and just stop, bam, and just shut down. And I got to looking, and I've worked on computers a lot, and I'm actually a little bit embarrassed to tell you this story, but your GoPro has a little SD card, and that's the way you can plug it in directly to your computer, or you can plug it into a little SD card reader like this, and then get your stuff put on your computer. But my SD card had got fragmented really bad because I'd recorded and I deleted stuff and recorded and deleted stuff. So I had to go in actually and just reformat that card brand new, and it works like a champ. So that's my GoPro tip of the week. And I do want to point out a couple good channels for you to watch. Chris Souders, the 2016 Cabela's King Cat Angler of the Year and my fishing buddy. His channel is called Slunger Cat Outdoors. Chris keeps bringing out new videos all the time. Steve Douglas. Steve hasn't put out a lot of videos in a while because he's really busy with monster rod holders. But if you get a chance to watch some of Steve's videos, I do want to give kudos to Lisa Douglas, because Lisa, Steve's wife, she sits there on the boat quietly, smokes the hell out of cigarettes, and films everything that Steve does. And if you're watching his videos, it's like being there. That girl, she's talented. She's right there, right where you need to be. And his videos are so easy to watch. So watch him. Chris Flores out in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Chris is a super duper guy, fun to watch. Got 50,000 viewers. And then Luke on Catfishing Carp is another channel that I enjoy watching as well. So that's about what I've got as far. I got to take a breath now. So
you better have a drink.
Well, Ice
All right,
Mountain.
so there you go. Okay, so I got a question. What about the audio? Do you use a mic, or are you using the GoPro? I know it can be compromised at some point. Somebody asked that question.
Yeah, generally I've got by all along with just my GoPro audio. Now you have to consider that if you're going to be putting it in the waterproof case, there are ways to do that. You can get a lavalier mic which clips to you, and you can record on your cell phone, totally separate from your camera, but you have to go in and sync those things up. That's a trade-off you make if you're putting it in the waterproof case. But generally, I'm real careful. I've had this one camera for about 3 years. This dude has been in a lot of places with me and records video just fine. In any of my videos you've watched, it's just off here, and it does just a fine job.
I tell you, I have an external microphone for my GoPro. Benz, I have 3 of them. I only have one mic. I should have one on each one. Makes an incredible amount of difference if you're using GoPros to be your main camera. We do not. We use a Canon to do our main filming, but we have GoPro set up on the boat in other areas. And you have to have quality audio to have quality video.
Yeah,
it's just,
you do.
It's that simple.
I've got it right here. I've got a Canon Coolpix. This takes wonderful video and audio as well. But you know what? Which one do you want to have on the boat in your hand? It's a pretty easy choice. The GoPro has just done it for me. And I mean, if you look at my videos and listen to the sound, you'd be surprised at the quality that the GoPro gets. So I'm just tickled to death. I expect, if you people from GoPro, if you're out there watching right now, email me, Uncle Harley at uncleharley.com, and I'll say where you can send the check to for all the advertising that I've done for them. But that's about what I've got. I could go on easily all night long, but I'm not going to. You guys have got some more show to get to, and before you kick me out of here, I do want to say, man, your guys' audio and video is at a next level right now, man. That new connection. I mean, look at Doc there, man. You can see the color in his goatee and stuff. Lyle, you can see the daggone poles behind Lyle. That well, let's see what you got there. Oh, you got them covered up now. You put your RigRap.
Yeah, we got a new banner from Glenn at RigRap, and I put that baby up. And usually we do have banners up behind us. Doc always does. And the only time that I don't have a banner up behind me is when I'm drying rods and they're wet and spinning, and I can't take a chance on getting that in the finish. But I didn't put anything on there tonight that had to be spinning while we was doing the show. Everything is in another spot drying. So, but sometimes I just run out of room, and that's what I got to work with. So that's what we do.
Awesome. And I've given my email address a couple times. Once again, it's Uncle Harley at uncleharley.com. If you have any questions that you didn't get a chance to get in during the show and you want to send to me later, I'll be glad to get in touch with you and help you out anything I can do. So hopefully we'll be seeing videos, from folks who watch Catfish Weekly.
Yeah, it's a great thing. We have a bunch of big name people in our feed tonight, and I actually have missed all of them except my buddy John Nordyke and Dieter Melhorn. I seen that they're both in here. Of course, the reason that those two get on to watch the show is to be on me, and that's okay. I enjoy that.
Should I do my imitation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Guess who I am? Well, okay. Wait a minute. Let me get this in my ponytail. Hey, folks, it's good to be out here today fishing with y'all. I'm up in the camera, but I'm entertaining as heck to watch. That's you, Dieter. I've been watching your videos, but I also do an imitation of your son. Here we go.
Yeah.
But you'll have crazy people like me watching your videos. Enjoy your videos, Dieter.
I tell you, I've asked Dieter about getting him and Grayson on the show. I think Grayson will make a great guest on Catfish Weekly, Doc. I really do. He's a good fisherman. Dieter has taught him really well. Yeah. He pays attention and knows how to catch fish when Dieter's up there talking and making his videos. Grayson goes and catches all the fish, and he does a very good job. But when Dieter's casting out or doing something else, Grayson takes over the camera, and he's a hoot, man. He's just a blast. I think they make a great couple of people to have on one night if we can talk Dieter into doing it.
Yeah. By the way, I do want to send out a shout to my grandson, Cooper. When Lyle and I talked the other day, he said if I could get my grandson, who's soon to be on a YouTube video with me on here tonight, I would have loved to had him on. But the little feller fell off the back of a four-wheeler the other night, and we think he's fractured his elbow. And I haven't talked to his mommy today, but I got to call her when I get off here and see how he was going to go to the doctor today. He manned up and didn't really say anything to it about anybody. And then one of his uncles said, "What's wrong with you, boy?" And so maybe next time after I learn to catch fish and I get on here for my catfishing skills, maybe I'll have Cooper and Walker, my grandkids, on here.
Well, heck yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Well, Cooper, Walker, the older one, the 13-year-old, he's on one of my videos, and we actually caught about I think it's about a 12-pound, got him on the boat. And I've caught a few fish now. I bet this has happened to you guys. Have you ever picked up one and just had him poop all over the boat?
Oh, yes, yeah. I have.
I hadn't until the other night, and boy, we were surprised. Anyhow, that's on one of my latest videos.
and it stinks.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
It's like shad sushi.
Worse.
It's horrible.
It's worse. That when Cindy caught that big fish in that tournament a couple years ago when we was fishing the Jack and Jill tournament up at Canton, that thing had been down to the granary and went up to where we was fishing. It was resting up there in that still water, and that thing had been eating them soybeans. Oh, my God. That has to be the worst smell. And then, of course, when I picked him up to hand it to her so we get a picture of her with the fish, it crapped down my leg, down my shoe, all over the inside of the boat. Hell, I couldn't get enough water in there to wash that stink out of there, man.
Well, you know what? When you're a kid, you catch bluegills, and the first thing you know is you catch a bluegill, and they're just going to pee like crazy. You've seen it 1,000 times. Everybody's seen that, but I wasn't ready for a big old catfish poop in the boat. It was like, okay, there's something new.
Dieter had one poop on him a couple of weeks ago in a video he done, but it was funny when it happened to Dieter. Wasn't all that funny when it happened to me.
Right. Oh, boy. Oh, well.
Well, Harley, before you go, we need for you to pick another number because we're going to spin that wheel.
Heck yeah.
3.
3 it is.
Again.
3 again.
1.
I didn't sign up this week. I thought it would
2.
have been poor form.
3. And the winner is Katie Kale Banker. There's another person that gets in every week. And, I'm glad to see these guys. Like I say, once we get this deal figured out on the Catfish Weekly page, you'll be able to sign up and give us some contact information. And at that point, you will be automatically into the drawing every week. So let's see what Katie gets.
Hey, Lyle, while that's spinning, don't forget to tell the guys once I get off here and give the program back to you folks about your anniversary gift.
Oh, well, thank you. I will do that in just a second. Catfish Now, Katie, if you will contact Ron Presley with Catfish Now magazine, he would like to do an interview with you to be posted in one of the Catfish Now magazine.
Pretty cool.
It's an article. It's a really cool deal, and Ron is a great writer, so contact Ron, and he will hook you up that and make it really nice, something that you'll be proud of me for. And Harley, my anniversary is coming up this weekend, the 13th. The 13th, I believe, is on Sunday. And we've been married for 40 years. And Cindy come out the other day and she says, what would you like to do for your anniversary? I said, well, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever you would like to do, that's what we'll do. I said, what is it that you want to do? She says, well, I want to go fishing. I said, well, okay, we can do that.
Yes.
And there was a tournament going to be held at Cape Girardeau, and we had talked about doing that. And I said, are you talking about going to the Cape and fishing that tournament down there? And she said, no, let's go to Memphis and pre-fish for
monsters
on Mississippi River monsters. I said, well, boy, I hate to do it, but yeah, let's do that. And
awesome.
so we'll be leaving in a day or two, and we're going to go down there and spend a few days. And I'm glad it's this week. I had some work done on my back last Thursday, and it was kind of a rough weekend for us, but Cindy drove me around and done all the stuff that I should have been doing and couldn't. And but now today it's so much better, and then we'll probably leave out in a day or two and go down and spend 2 or 3, 4 days down in Memphis, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to try to do some live feeds from the boat. We're excited about Thursday. It'll be a really big day for us, and hopefully we can find those fish that Doc and I need for next month, where we can go in there and do some good.
Yep, we just want to catch fish and have a good time.
That's right. Well, we're going to have a good time regardless if we catch any fish or not.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a hoot last year.
Oh, we had a blast. We sure did. So, again, Harley, why don't you tell everybody how they can get in touch with you and where they can find your videos at?
Well, go to YouTube and just search for Harley Neal. It's Harley like Harley Davidson, Harley. Neal, Neal is my last name. And if you want to email me, just send an email to Uncle Harley at uncleharley.com. Also, I do voiceover work, so if you've got any projects coming up, movies, videos, any number of things you need a voice for, you can get on my YouTube channel and see some of the stuff that I've done on there. And once again, thanks to you guys, Lyle, Doc. I appreciate you guys having me on tonight. It's been fun hanging out with you fellers. Maybe we'll get to go fishing one of these days.
Well, I hope so. Now, I got to tell you, Harley, your audio is amazing. I don't know what kind of microphone you're using, but it's really good. And I know you have a background in radio, and maybe that has something to do with it. But the audio you're kicking out is really quality.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
So
it's just a plain little headset. So I've been told I have the radio voice. So I'm fortunate. I was blessed, to have this voice, and actually going to maybe start trying to do it more and more. So you get blessings every day. Here's another blessing today. I poured sinkers for 4 hours. Didn't get burnt once today.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's a blessing right there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, listen, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it, and we'll get you back on here one of these days and go over some more stuff.
Super duper. Looking forward to now I'm all tongue tied. Looking forward to talking. Take two. Looking forward to talking to you gentlemen again soon here on Catfish Weekly.
All right, Harley. Thank you.
By the way, before I get off here, I do have you a little show intro that I made up, and I'm going to get it uploaded and send it to you. Okay.
Okay, great. Sounds like a plan.
Ciao, babes.
All right, see ya. Thanks, Harley.
See you, buddy.
Thank you. Bye, Doc. Bye.
Thanks a lot. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He done really well.
Man, he can really talk. He can really talk fast.
Oh, man, he does.
I get tongue-tied when going like that.
I got a message from Rob Clodfelder that he would like to say thank you to everybody. He cannot be in the chat tonight, but for the Stop the Madness, No Pay Lake shirts that he's got coming out, he's just getting a crazy response, and it's doubled their production run. So wow. Rob would like to thank everybody for following that and being a part of that. Rob's been a longtime sponsor of Catfish Weekly, and Rob, thanks for the message. We're glad to hear that's working out for you. It's a great project. Let me get Jody a message, a link set here. Whoops, that's not it.
While you're doing that, I'll go ahead and give some results from this past weekend.
Absolutely, man.
Central Ohio Catfish Club, Delaware Lake here in Buckeye State. First place, Amanda Johnson, Mark Blauvelt, 29.28 pounds. Second, Sean Dalpin and Amber Curry, 24.22 pounds. Third, Ron Hughes and Irvin Perry, 21.18 pounds. Big Fish, Michael Thompson, Alan Thompson, 10.16 pounds. Ohio Hills Catfish Club. They were going out of Portsmouth, Ohio, had 17 teams. First place, Willie and Stacy, 38.8 pounds. They had Big Fish, which was a 12.8 pound fish. Second was Larry and Brian with 32.4 pounds. And third was Chris, my son Larry, and my grandson Greg, 32.2 pounds. And that was the Ohio Hills out of Portsmouth. And that's all I got, Lyle.
I got to tell you, Doc, every week it seems like Willie and Stacy.
Yeah.
You're announcing Willie and Stacy winning a tournament somewhere.
And Mark.
Mark, yeah. Mark's been kicking tail also. So, that's awesome. We're having a little trouble getting Jody in here. I'm going to try going another way. Let's see if we can.
When and where is the next tournament close to Portsmouth, Ohio? Oh, I'm not sure, Damien. I can find out for you.
Really like to get this put up with, get Jody in here so he can give us the news and make this happen. I sent the link to him through Google, and we'll see how that works out. There's three ways we do that, and sometimes one way works and sometimes another way works. Man, we've had a bunch of people watching the show tonight and a ton of participation in the chat, and we really like to thank everybody for that. That's awesome when you guys join in like that.
Yeah, Catfish Clothing just said the average live viewers has doubled in the last month. Yeah, we've noticed that. And we appreciate you guys tuning in and listening to us jabber along right here.
I think I sent it to a guy in the UK that time. I'm not sure that he'll know what the hell I'm talking about. But we'll see how that works out. We're going to try one more way.
Well, while you're doing that, I spent the weekend fishing with my grandkids. Here in Ohio, there's a tournament the very first weekend of August. It's on Indian Lake, in Indian Lake, Ohio. And one fish, first place takes $2,500, and then they have kids divisions. I never get in the adult. I always fish with my grandkids. So on Friday, I had 3 of my granddaughters with me, Star, Sid, and Mara. And they were really good troopers because we were fighting 20 to 30 mile an hour winds. And
Wow.
it never backed off the whole time we were out there. So the only relief we got was at lunchtime. We went to McDonald's, and you can drive your boat right up and dock it right there, and you can go in, and they got off of the boat, but nobody had any sea legs or anything. And they handled that real good. I think their parents was wondering, you know, are the girls going to get sick? I said, nope, not these girls. They're all gamers. So we had a great time. And then on Saturday, I took my 2 grandsons and my son-in-law. And the girls caught 31 fish on Friday. The boys caught 36 fish on Saturday.
Wow.
So we put a lot of channels in the boat. And Mara's the only one that won anything in her division, and she got a brand new rod and reel outfit. So, and
cool.
she had a 5-pound channel. So I couldn't get the other kids on anything 5-pound, you know, other than Mara. That I got her on that 5-pounder. But used the drifting sticks. Those things worked out real good, man. I was running through some major trash.
Those drifting sticks are a really good product, and anybody that's interested in those can contact Robert at Crusher Marine, and he can. Speaking of Crusher Marine, Doc, check this out.
Yeah, I know.
Ain't that bad?
Yeah, I got this one. Look
That's
at
cool.
that. Isn't that cool?
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, I got Harley's hat. Harley asked me to wear his hat tonight, so I've got that on for him. So
Crusher Marine is the people that make the Survivor units. One of the greatest products that you can have on your boat to save fish. It's just outstanding. Doc, I would like to announce that the Glasgow Chamber of Commerce in Glasgow, Missouri, is having a catfish tournament Saturday the 12th, 7 to 8, 80% payback, $1,000 guaranteed. Money for big fish, blue cat or flathead or channel cat, 2-man team, 6-pole limit, stringers allowed. That's something strange, but okay.
Different.
Well, it's the Chamber of Commerce. They probably don't do too many tournaments. Don't know the damage that stringers actually do. Live well preferred. No pre-fishing day of tournament. Captain's meeting at 6:30 p.m. August 12th. So if you're in the Glasgow, Missouri area, try to get over there and get in on the fun. So the king of the Ohio top 5 for Catfish Weekly National Championship, Saturday, August 12th. Indiana Catfish Association. This will be in Leavenworth, Indiana. So if you get a chance, jump on over there. This ought to be a great event. I know a lot of guys are really excited about fishing that Leavenworth, Indiana area. So jump over there and get in on some of that action. That's not too far from you, is it, Doc?
No, it's not. That's where Lynn caught her 88-pounder.
Then that's where I'd be wanting to go.
Yeah, good waters down there.
Well, Jody says he's not being able to make it work, so he'd go ahead and let us make the announcement. Well, I hate that because I really wanted Jody to be in here to tell us about it, but since he's having trouble, we'll just go ahead and do it. Jody has secured a great deal for the Winter Blues on Wheeler tournament that's coming up. I believe it's the weekend after first this year.
Yeah,
yes.
First weekend of the month.
First weekend in January 2018. And what they are going to do is first place will pay $10,000.
Ooh, that's some serious coin there.
That is some serious money. That's a great tournament. Jody does an outstanding job with that. It will be, the fishing is always good on Wheeler. It always is good that week when we're down there. A lot of big fish is being caught. It's a blast. Always before over the New Year's Eve, everybody run in and out of everybody's cabin and have a big time. It will be a lot of fun. All your pals will be down there fishing that tournament. So if you guys get a chance, you need to get a hold of Jody Harrison. Find out the specifics from it. He can tell you the contact information for the cabins or the motel. I do not have that stuff. I was not prepared because I thought Jody would just pop in here. He's been on the show a few times, and I didn't think we'd have any issues getting him in here. But jump on in there and get you some of that Wheeler Lake action because you will love it. It's a lot of fun. And like I say, Jody has a production stage and does everything very professionally. It'll be run correctly, and you'll have a great time down there. And first place is going to pay $10,000. So with that being said, that is awesome. Matt Sanders says the Glasgow tournament money is over $1,000 now. Stringers only through the lips. 3-person teams will be allowed. Just talk to the guys, the head guy today. So thank you, Matt Sanders. January 6th is the date of the Winter Blues on Wheeler, and more announcements will be coming up. They're working on a bonus prize and going to guarantee a big fish bonus prize, is my understanding. Pre-registration will open August 15th for Winter Blues on Wheeler. So if you guys want to get in an early registration number, you better get a hold of Jody pretty quick because August 15th is what, Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah. So don't wait too long. It's like any other tournament that you've ever been in. Early numbers get to leave. And you will want to be leaving out of there as early as you can get. That's just the nature of the beast.
Yep.
August 26th, Central Missouri Cats, Herman, Missouri. Qualifying event for the Catfish Weekly National Championship. There is some outstanding fishing in the Herman, Missouri area on the Missouri River. If you guys are not qualified for the Catfish Weekly National Championship, go see Matt Sanders. He will put you in on getting that to happen. They're going to have a great tournament down there. Matt puts on a really good show, and you can get qualified. Doc, we have 300 anglers qualified for the Catfish Weekly National Championship, and we still waiting on results from 1 or 2 tournaments that's been held that I don't have results for yet. Jody says he apologized for taking longer than anticipated. Jody, that's fine. $1,000 or $10,000 to win is worth the wait. It really is.
Yeah. Yep. Plus, you could get a triple-digit fish.
Oh man,
like
$10,000. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, John went down there and caught the 105. It's just a shame that it was 4 days before the tournament.
Yeah.
Catfish Cat Stalkers Tournament Series held over the weekend. First place went to Ray Harris with All In Catfishing. Put a whopper blue in the boat, 74.40 pounds, which took big fish for $280, and he added one smaller fish to bring his total to 79.9. Second place went to Eddie and Timmy Van Dorn. They had a 3-fish weigh-in of 74 pounds, walking away with $540. That includes the Calcutta money. And third went to Team Elite Iowa with one blue cat, 45 pounds, paid them $120. September the 16th, 6 to 2, Burlington, Iowa, at the South Ramp. The Kim Daniel Memorial Catfish Tournament will be there. This is on the Mississippi River. Cost is $30 a boat plus $10 big fish. You can register with Ryan Daniels or at 5 a.m. at the South Ramp day of tournament. 2 or 3 person teams with a 6-pole limit, channel cat only, pool 19, and they are going to allow trailering, something that's almost a lost art, and I will be so glad when it is a lost art. Weigh in at 2 p.m. So contact Ryan. Ryan is a really great guy, good for the sport. He does a wonderful job with a lot of stuff and memorial and benefit tournaments. He helped us out when we had the tournament for Calvin Myers a few years ago. So they will have a fish fight following the tournament at the Gulfport Fire Station. So contact Ryan and get in on that tournament. You will be glad you did. It'll be a lot of fun. I think that's all the announcements that I have. Oh, no, I don't. Over the weekend, Doc, they had the big tournament up at Brunswick, and, man, I was hurting. Cindy drove me all the way 2.5 hours to Brunswick and drove me back. We had a little procedure done on my back, and I was really kind of in bad shape. They had some terrible, terrible weather up there. It stormed and lightning and carried on. I don't know exactly how much rain they got during the tournament. I know it was a ton because here at the house we got 4 inches Saturday night just at our house. Now that's a ways away, but still it was storming up there almost all night. And wow. They held a Calcutta up there, which is something that every tournament, regardless if they think they have enough time to do it or not, needs to make time to do it. They done it on Friday night. It would have been better if they'd have done it Saturday afternoon when all the boats was entered. They only got 62 boats in the Calcutta. The Calcutta money was $8,100. Now, this is above and beyond the payout for the tournament or any prizes or anything like that. This is just what people bid on teams they think is going to win. And the winners of the tournament was Cody Thompson and Michael Suttner. They won $8,341. I don't have their weight. And they split the Calcutta money up, which I'm not familiar with doing it that way. So they got money off 20% of the Calcutta money. Second place went to Justin Thornton and Dwayne Buckridge. Third place, Gary Ryan and Justin Todd. Fourth place went to Marty Darr and Clint Gisling. And Roger and Marty Gerloff with fifth place, and fifth place paid $935. Fourth place was $1,340. I didn't get third place, or I guess second place was. No, I didn't get it. I'm sorry, but the guy that won the Calcutta, Doc, got 80% of that, and that's, I'm not familiar with splitting it up like that. I don't know where that come from. I've never seen that done before. They did it there last year too, and that's fine. Everybody's getting a piece of pie. But the guy that bought them in the Calcutta, 80% of that $8,100 went to him. And Gary Beagle won $6,044 on his investment that he bought those gentlemen in that Calcutta. So the way we're going to do the Calcutta at the Catfish Weekly National Championship, everybody that is entered in the tournament will be in the Calcutta. Your bids will start at $10. If nobody bids on you, you buy yourself for $10. No matter what the Calcutta prize money is, the winner, whoever purchases them, will get that money unless they sell half of it to the boaters, the anglers. Now, the anglers will be able to go to them guys and say, hey, I want to buy half of that, and he'll sell them half of it if they agree on that. And at that point, they could split it up. That's between them after the fact. But whoever purchases that, we're going to have some heavy hitters in there. That's going to be a big payout, Calcutta.
Good.
With 300 anglers in it right now, our target for that, Doc, you and I talked about this several times. We wanted to get 200 boats in there so we could have a huge payout for the top 10 places. If everybody was a two-man team right now, we're over 150 boats, and we got 5 months to go.
Yeah, good deal.
So it's going to be a big tournament. It's going to be a big payout. We got a lot of sponsors jumping on board, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about over the winter to make this a big event. In fact, I've already got guys talking to me about the 2019 event. So hang on, Catfish Weekly National Championship is going places.
Good deal.
You have any other events coming up or results?
I don't have results, but I'll tell you this much. Monsters on the Mississippi is
Yes, sir.
39 days, 9 hours, 34 minutes, and 17 seconds away.
Oh, here's a new one. Yeah, and I'm glad you got that. That's pretty cool. I'm wound up about getting down there and you and Lynn and us doing some pre-fishing. And guess what? We may have a guest in the boat with us doing some pre-fishing when we get there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. Jody says to celebrate, they want to give away a free entry to Winter Blues on Wheeler. So stay tuned, folks.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We're going to help Jody give away a free entry to Winter Blues on Wheeler. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be fantabulous. I can't wait.
And I've got Lynn and I won one of those. Well, Lynn and Daniel and I. Lynn caught the big fish at one of the tournaments up here, and that was one of the prizes for the big fish.
Wow.
So we've got an entry, so we're going to go to Wheeler this year. Heck
yeah, man. I tell you, it's Northwood Angling is in the chat at Catfish Weekly.
Yeah, I seen him there. Glenn says, tell everybody the new way to sign up for the RigRap prize wheel. Glenn wants you to tell how we sign up. We're going to what, our Catfish Weekly page? Is that how we're going to do it?
We haven't got that set up yet. I'm working on that. I got to tell you, there has to be a way to make that WordPress stuff easier to operate. If not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that down, open up a Catfish Weekly website that I can operate, and hope somebody chokes on WordPress. I've never seen anything so confusing in my entire life. It's a joke the way they do that. If I knew what I was doing, it would probably take about 5 minutes, but I don't know how to do it, and I can't make the sidebar stuff work at all. So as soon as we get this figured out, what we're going to do is guys will go in there and they will sign up to be a member of the Catfish Weekly, and that will automatically put you in the drawing every week. You won't have to sign up every week. You'll automatically be in there each week. And then anybody that's not a member can sign up like they've been doing, and we won't have near as many sign-ups and things to do. It'll be a lot simpler, a lot easier for us. It'll be a lot simpler for everybody else, and they only got to do it one time. And all we're going to require is some contact information. So when we run special deals, say Robert comes up with a new survivor unit that everybody has to have, then we could tell him about that before anybody else knows about it. If Glenn comes up with a new product for rig wraps, we want to be able to tell people before they know. So if we have their contact information, we can message them or send them an email, however we need to do it. Yeah. And they'll already be signed up every week, so they don't have to get on there and do it. So that's going to be a major deal once we get some help to get this done. WordPress is not my strong suit. I have actually spent hours at night trying to get that to work. And to be right honest, it's got to the point now that I have deleted some stuff that I shouldn't have, and I'm almost afraid to do anything else to it because I'm liable to lose something else I don't want to lose, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I've lost some stuff now that I shouldn't have lost, and you can't get it back once it's gone. Right.
There's plenty of people on the chat that agree with you on the WordPress.
Oh, it's terrible. It really is. But, it is what it is. Paul will get things lined out where he can help me with it one of these days, or somebody will, and we'll get it straightened out. And as soon as it's done, it's going to be a good deal for everybody. But like I say, if I don't get something figured out in the next week or so, we're going to find something that's easier for me to do and go that way, because it's just a lot easier, and it's got to be an easier way. But you know, if I was 25 or 30 years old, it probably wouldn't be nothing to do. But I am not.
Yeah.
Another thing, Doc, we was talking about Mississippi River Monsters. I am so excited to get there. I'm anxious to get down to Monsters on the Ohio too. But one of the big things that I'm excited about right now, I'm excited for Glenn to get those sinker slides in here.
Yeah.
Them things are the coolest thing in the world. I've got the one he sent me that he printed off of his printer. I'm so afraid that if I try to use that, it may not be made out of the stuff, or if I lose it before I get into the water, I'll really be heartbroken, man.
Yeah.
But that thing it's an amazing deal. And if you haven't got your pre-orders in for those RigRap sinker slides, you need to get that done, because there is a limited amount of those that they're going to be for sale on the pre-order. So get a hold of Glenn at RigRap and get your pre-orders in. Man, that chat is really going to town tonight.
Yes, it is, and they're getting impatient too. They want us to spin that wheel one more time, Lyle.
Well, let's just
go ahead and do it.
Yeah, let's do. You got a number in mind?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the winner is Rob Ellis.
Rob Ellis, and I think he is in the chat.
He very may well be. Rob has bought some products for me, and I'm doing some repairs for him now. Having a little problem with one piece on that, but we're going to make it work. But Rob Ellis, we're going to spin the RigRap prize wheel for you. Since it's for Rob, I'm going to give it a little extra oomph. No music tonight, Doc.
No, I had it. My phone was right here, and I forgot. I'll do it next week.
Monsters on the Ohio. Rob, if you will contact Aaron Wheatley, he has got a package for you from Monsters on the Ohio. You will like it. I promise you will. It's a great prize, and Aaron has been gracious enough that he has given away 2 or 3 of these hoodies. So contact Aaron Wheatley. Tell him you won his prize on the RigRap prize wheel on Catfish Weekly, and he will hook you up. It's a great prize, and thanks, Aaron, for being a part of our RigRap prize wheel.
Yeah, sorry, Heather. I forgot to. We got so much going on. I forgot to even turn on the music. So, but I'll get it next week. I mean, I'm just still in awe over the feed.
Oh,
Lyle changed services today, and man, I mean, it's crisp and clear, and it sounds good.
It is. Luke Hinges, my buddy Luke, your buddy, everybody's buddy, Luke Hinges, took off work today and took 2 12-year-old boys out on his boat in a catfishing derby that the Scott County, Minnesota folks put on up there to try to keep kids interested in our sport, which just that in itself was a heck of a deal. Luke was on doing his live feed, and I was watching him, and we decided that we would get these boys on a special edition Catfish Weekly show, and they was wound about that. They thought it was pretty cool, and I hope they're watching tonight. They both said they would, but I do know how 12-year-old boys are. Had a couple of them myself, and I was one once. So, we got them on there and visited with them a little bit and visited with Luke a little bit. After the show was done, I replayed it. Then I done a little short deal as a test to see how the new internet service worked. they finished it up as I was doing Luke and the boys' interview, and it was absolutely night and day difference. I could tell the difference in the audio. I could tell the difference in the video quality, and we have had a ton of comments on this tonight and through the day, and thanks everybody for helping me out, because sometimes it looks different to me and Doc than it does to people watching. So I'm glad it's working out, and I'm glad everybody else is enjoying it. Now, Doc, there's something that is really important that I want to mention to you. I'm not sure if you've heard about it. Luke and Northwood Angling is going to put together here in a short period of time a benefit feed. They are going to take donations, and there will be a donate button right on the screen or on YouTube or Facebook or however that Luke does this. And we're going to pick out a prize, or they are, and any prize money, proceed money, will go to whatever quality place that they need to be at, whether it be the veterans, whether it be St. Jude's, whether it be another children's thing. It's going to go to some worthwhile cause.
This is what they talked about last week.
That's right. And we need to make sure he's going to get Dieter to be on there and be part of this. He's going to try to get Muddy River Catfishing to be on there. I've agreed to be on there with him. He'll get a bunch of guest guys to join his live feed. Luke and I done a test on that here a week or so ago, and it worked really well. So this is going to benefit people that need things, no matter which organization they decide to do. And I hope that it's at a time when you're not at work, Doc, so you can be a part of this, because it's going to be a really fun deal. It's going to be worthwhile, and Luke is going to stream for 4 hours.
Wow.
Now, if you've ever tried to hold a phone up like this so people can see what you're doing for 4 hours, if you can imagine that. He'd done that once, and he was talking about how sore his arm got. I'm sure that it did. But he's going to do a 4-hour live feed while they're fishing, and all the proceeds will go to a worthy cause. And I know they will pick out a great cause. So everybody stay tuned. As soon as they let all this information out, that you can find the information out in Northwood Angling. You can be able to find it on Catfish Weekly. I'm sure that Dieter will have the information too, because Luke had mentioned that he wanted Dieter to be in on that. Can you imagine Luke and Dieter together on a live feed?
Oh boy, that's going to...
The entertainment factor will be through the roof.
Yeah, especially if if he's cooking chicken again.
Yeah, or anything else. Them guys can really cook.
Yeah, they can cook.
Muddy River Catfish said Luke needs a selfie stick. You might be right about that. Heather says Luke is a live feed beast. He actually is. He, and I love a lot of live feeds. I watch Dieter, and I watch a lot of guys that do feeds. I listen to a lot more of them probably than I do watch, but I enjoy them all. And Luke is the king of live feeds. Now he just is.
Mm-hmm.
He really is. So he really is a lot of fun. He's very entertaining. And the other day, in case you missed it, Doc, they done a live show with Luke and it was on our show, wasn't it? When he got his T-shirt, or was that another one?
No, that was another one. I didn't see that one.
Well, it was for Luke's birthday. They done a live feed on YouTube, I believe it was. They give him a Lipton Pure Leaf T-shirt.
Oh man!
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Pretty funny. Them guys are great. Jacob and Brad and all of them are just some really cool guys. They do a wonderful thing. So be sure you go and check out Northwood Angling. Be sure you go to check out Dieter Melhorn. All of the guys that you see. Check out Harley Neal, Muddy River Catfishing, Danny Calderon, Danny Cal. All these guys are spending their time to make these videos for all of us to watch. And we really need to thank them for doing it. And the best way to do it is like and subscribe to what they're doing. they'll appreciate it, and it'll help them grow. So same with us. We could use the like and subscribes too. So don't be bashful.
And
What else we got tonight?
We appreciate everybody tuning in, and listening to us.
We do, because we'll we try to have quality guests on, and we'll shoot the bull, man. How about a tip for tonight, Doc?
Oh, Doc's tip for tonight. Well, one of our sponsors is Whisker Sticks, and these are those LED lights. And what I do is I keep the lights in a plastic bag. I may start using a RigRap. Because I've gotten used to using the RigRap, and maybe if I get it a little bit bigger, that these things will fit in. I'll have to talk to Glenn about that. But there is an issue though with the batteries. You don't want to pile them batteries in this bag because they're going to heat up if they start touching. So look what I have come up with. A pillbox holds the batteries.
Nice.
Perfect in there.
Nice. And Doc, I have one of them right here, but it doesn't have batteries in it.
Yeah. Well, I got the same, but the battery fits perfect in there. It's waterproof and everything. So you can just, there you go.
Very nice.
That'll hold all your batteries.
You come up with some great tips, Doc. That's another great one.
That's not the tip for the night.
That's a dandy. One more thing, Doc. Luke, you got to try this Diet Mountain Dew. Catfishing guys and diabetics worldwide love Diet Mountain Dew. Give it a shot. It's not Lipton Pure Leaf, but it's my drink of choice.
There you go.
That's right. Dieter, he'd be honest about the Diet Sundrop, and that's okay. But yeah, I love old Luke, man. He's one of my favorite guys of all time. I wanted to give him a little crap because he gives me some.
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to have Nick Jones on our show from out east. He's got a bunch of cool stuff going on, and we're going to visit with him. So tune in next Monday night on Catfish Weekly. For Doc Lang, I'm Lyle Stokes, and thanks so much for watching what we do.
Thanks a lot, everybody.